Hey Cagayan de Oro, Alex here. Welcome back to my channel. Before anything else, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button so that you will be notified if I have new videos like this one. So, how are you guys? How are you doing with today's situation? The rest of the world, as we all know, are at home because of this pandemic, which is COVID-19. So Cagayan de Oro is on community quarantine, so we are forced to really just stay at home to avoid contracting the virus. Because the more we go out, the more that we meet with other people, the more the virus will spread. So it's best to just follow what our government says and stay at home, stay healthy, and stay safe. Now anyway, today's topic is about how to buy a house. I know that may be one of the last things on your mind, maybe, because you are just really focused on seeing where this pandemic will go and how this will turn out. Still, I decided to share this vlog because a home or shelter is a basic need, and in case you need to know how to go about it, then let me break down the steps for you. The first step in buying a house is you need to have income. I know it may sound pretty basic, but a lot of clients still ask me, how can I buy a house with no money down? Or how can I buy a house if I don't have a regular job? Well, it does not exist. Because unless you are planning to pay for your property in cash, then you will need to get financing. You will need to get a bank loan, and the bank will look at your income. So if you are employed, then the bank will check your payslips for the past 3 months. And if you are a business owner, then the bank will check your ITR, your income tax return, for the last 2 years. And then they will average it out on a monthly basis. So that's what you will need to submit to the bank. Now, the reason why they check this is because the banks are very willing to loan to borrowers who are qualified. Because even if, for example, you're a business owner and you may have had a good couple of months, but you will need to prove that you are able to sustain that. Because if you can't, then you may end up buying a property and only pay for it for about a year, and then it gets foreclosed. So banks want you to be able to really pay long term and not default after a year or two. So how much monthly income do you need to buy a house? Here in the Philippines, the most affordable property is called socialized housing, which ranges between 500 to 700,000 pesos. So in Cagayan de Oro, we have projects such as Bella Vita, located in Indahag, which is actually now sold out. We also have Mangoville in Abusan by A. Brown, which is already sold out. But we do have private listings available if you are interested in that. So those are examples of socialized housing projects in Cagayan. Again, the price ranges between 500,000 to 700,000 pesos. So you will need to have an income of at least 15,000 pesos to be able to buy a unit in the socialized housing category. At that range, your monthly payment at Pag-ibig will be around 3,000 per month for the next 30 years. So socialized housing, that's the most affordable. And the next is we have economic housing that ranges from around 1 million to 1.5. So that's the range for economic housing here in the Philippines. Now, how about a house in Xavier Estates? If you want to live uptown, then houses in Pueblo and Xavier Estates will cost a bit more than socialized housing projects. Houses in XE now start at 6.5 million and up. If you can find a house in Xavier Estates that is less than 6, then that would already be a very, very good deal, and that would be very hard to find because usually houses there start at again around 6.5 million and up. So if you want to buy a house that's, let's say, around 7 million, then you will need to have an income of around 163,000 pesos per month to be able to get a loan for a house at that price range. So if you want to, there's actually a way to compute how much you can, what your maximum loanable amount is. What I do is I just download a mortgage calculator. You can do the same, but if you want advice from me on how to do it, if you want me to teach you how to complete your maximum loanable amount based on your monthly income, then just contact me, comment down below, and we can set up a consultation. Second, have cash on hand for the down payment. So if you plan to invest, or if you're looking to invest in a house that is already ready for occupancy, then you will need to prepare at least 20% for the down payment of that property. So what usually happens with bank financing is that the bank appraises the house, and then you will be able to loan 80% of the appraised value. So the difference between the total selling price and your loanable amount, that will be your down payment, which is around 20 to 30%. So that's already inclusive of the taxes. So let's give it a range of 20 to 30%. So since it is a private listing, then you will need to prepare a bulk amount for that. For example, if you're buying a property that is worth 10 million and the appraisal of the property is the same, which is 10 million, then you can loan 80%, which is 8 million, and you will need to prepare 2 million or 20%, which is equivalent to 2 million for the down payment. And also, let's not forget that there are taxes that need to be paid. So the taxes will amount to around 9.5% of the selling price on the deed of sale, or the zonal value, or the market value, whichever is higher. So you will need to prepare cash for the down payment and the payment of the taxes. Third, get approved for financing. So here in the Philippines, there are two main financing institutions that you can loan from. First is HDMF, also known as Pag-ibig Fund, and the second are the banks. So there are so many banks here that you can really choose from. And when you start looking, you will be able to focus on the properties that will be within your price point. So in order to get pre-approved by the bank or Pag-ibig, then you will need to submit your valid IDs, income documents, and the documents for your loan collateral. Usually approval will take 15 banking days. Fourth, get the advice of a good real estate broker or agent. So a good broker will know the market very well. So she will be able to advise you on what a good buy is, or if a property is too expensive, or if it's really a good deal for you. So a broker will also be able to connect you to different properties that are within your price point and accompany you to open houses and site visits. So it's really best to just go ahead and ask a broker immediately for advice, especially with taxes and what you will be paying. Look at as many houses as you can and compare it to the ones that you've seen, so that this way you will be able to scout for the best deal for you. Fifth, if you found the house you like, then make an offer. So let's say a house is selling at 7 million. So you can go ahead and make the offer. As to what the offer will be, you can again talk to your broker about it and come up with a possible offer. And then once you've come up with an offer, let your broker know. The broker will then relay it to the seller or the listing agent. And if the seller is okay with the offer, then he or she will accept it, and then it's a closed deal.